Opening up the Noche UFC fight card, we have Marnic Mann taking on Josefine Knutsson. I have spelled Knutsson correct and Josephine very incorrect on this breakdown.
Josephine
And that's not even she doesn't even spell it that way. There's an F instead of a PH. But anyway, it is what it is.
You tried. It's okay.
It is what it is. The interesting part about this fight is both of these women are short notice. Josephine stepped up on short notice to save the fight, and then Eisman Lucindo dropped, so Marnic stepped up on short notice to save that fight. So any of the, short notice, UFC jitter, all that stuff, none of that matters. Both of these women are making their debuts. Both of them are here on short notice. Marnic Mann's a pretty well-rounded fighter. This line is wider than when I put these odds on the screen. And actually, very, very quickly, you'll notice the updated graphics. We have the opening odds, the current odds, the odds at the bottom. Those are BETOPENLY's odds. We talk about BETOPENLY quite a bit. They are peer-to-peer betting. It's not a sports book. It's me betting you, you betting me betting a stranger. It's my money versus your money. It's people's money versus each other. You're not taking money from the house. If you lose, there's another human being that got it. So their odds tend to be tighter and better because they don't bank on you losing. They just want to do sheer volume. So that's what those bottom odds are. In this case, they're not better on the underdog. You'll get better underdog money in a sports book, but certainly favorite-wise, you're going to get a steep discount on that side. And the odds are a bit wide because Marnic Mann right now is what, a plus 500 dog? And the reality is she's pretty well-rounded. She's aggressive. She's got decent striking. She can wrestle. She can grapple. She has no issue just barging forward, getting into a slugfest, and then working in her wrestling on top. She's just going to pound away, hammer away. If you make a scramble, she's going to roll with it. She's going to look for a submission.
Eggs.
She is far more... I was like, what is he saying? Now I get it. She is far more impressive than that lone Contender Series fight where she did lose. She's taking on Josefine Knutsson. She is an accomplished kickboxer outside of MMA. She uses forward pressure, she uses combinations, and she likes to overwhelm her opponents. Her volume is actually pretty impressive, and on her way in, she does a great job just blasting away, and then on the way out, she'll finish all those exchanges with leg kicks. She is a striker. Like, that is her... That's what she's been doing forever, but she can grapple as well. She's mostly looking for cage control, but if she does end up on top, she's got nice pressure. She's coming off that Contender Series win just literally a few weeks ago where she did work in a takedown, but she was fighting a very, very good striker in that fight. I actually picked Marnic in this fight. We talk about all the time. We watch these fights, or we break down these fights. We do the notes before looking at the odds, or at least we try to. I did this before looking at the odds. I had to watch tape. I've never seen these two women before. I was shocked to see how wide these odds were because Marnic is tiny. You're going to see how small she is in a second. But she comes forward. She's aggressive. She's tough. She can grapple. She can do all the things. And while I agree Josephine is a solid striker and is bigger, could probably bully, I picked Marnic not knowing the odds. Then I saw the odds and I was like, well, I must be missing something. So I'm not going to money line bet her. What I did do, though, is I have a 3.5 bet on her. I'll explain that after Jacob goes. I got that at plus 180. What do you think?
Oh, my God.
Jakey
Where'd
boy?
you get that idea?
I said it in my quick picks before you knew this card
I'm sure
existed.
you did. Yeah, Josephine should win this fight. She is the better fighter, and she's going to be my pick for this fight. But I understand where you're coming from because when I watch these girls fight, Marnic, first of all, striking, no bueno, so not great, right? Josephine definitely has the striking advantage, but Josephine also, as you mentioned, can have some holes in the grappling. And Marnic turns into a completely different person when she's striking compared to if she gets top position. Now, she's not an overly dominant wrestler, overly dominant grappler, but she is pretty good in those positions. And I've seen fights where Josephine ends up on her back and kind of struggles to get back in those positions. So there is definitely a world where Josephine either gets taken down or loses sweep and is on her back for enough of a couple rounds for Marnic to pull this off. And definitely for one, because Josephine is a girl that is supposed to be this like hot new prospect. I don't see it in the film. I mean, she definitely is a decent striker. She's really tough, can grapple a little bit, but I just don't see the talent there. She definitely isn't a dangerous fighter, right? So it's not like she's going to come through and just steamroll through Marnic. Marnic's going to be around, and I've just seen some deficiencies in her grappling. So I'm going to go with Josephine. But, I mean, this line was minus 500, moved to minus 700. I have no idea who's putting minus 500 money on somebody that's 6-0 UFC debut and has holes in the grappling. So, she's my pick, but fuck, man.
No, the odds were baffling, which is why I was like, all right, I can't moneyline Marnic because I'm missing something here. So the plus 3.5 bet that I got. What did you just throw in here? What's happening?
She just threw the puppy in there?
Was that the dog?
Just toss that motherfucker.
It was the dog. She didn't. It was the dog's toy. She didn't throw the dog.
That's what, when you said that, I was like, what the fuck?
No, it was the dog's toy. Just.
Yeah, I literally was like, what the fuck?
No, it was the dog's toy. Come here. Don't get a dog.
Oh, he's shitting.
No, he's not. He pooped outside. Don't get a dog. Dogs are a nightmare. I didn't want one. They wanted one, and then now we have one. But look at him. Now he's crying. I'm at work. Dog's crying. Plus 3.5 bet. What that basically means is you're buying points on the judge's scorecard.
Hey, yo.
What?
Yo, somebody said that man had the hams out on the gram, so I just went to her gram. I gotta switch my pick. So Marnic Mann I think she's gonna fucking dominate this fight. I mean, I've seen her striking, I've seen her wrestling. She looks to me like the next Amanda Nunes. And Marnic, I think you easily get this done.
You saw her body on Instagram, and the first thing you thought was Amanda Nunes.
Congrats on that. A fighting style, and I think Amanda's got a banging body. If you want to get down to the nitty gritty.
The plus 3.5 bet I have basically says if Marnic loses a 29-28 or better, then I get paid. You're buying 3.5 points on the judges' scorecards. Every judge scores the fight. There's 30 points to 10 points to the winner of each individual round. You're buying 3 points, and that's how that math works out. As long as she wins one round on all 3 judges' scorecards, you get paid. So I threw just a little bit at that, but I get it at plus 180, which frankly, I think she can win a round. She can get on top and grapple away, not get finished, and then all of a sudden she wins a round. I win my bet. What do you think of that bet, Jakey?
I don't know. Don't forget about the super chats, though.
I'm going to get to them. So if you want to see that bet and so much more, go to WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. It's only $10 a month. You're going to unlock everything, including full-blown DraftKings analysis. And when I'm looking at these numbers, I'll tell you right now, no way I'm throwing Josefine Knutsson in my DraftKings lineup at $9,500. Marnic Mann she's tough. She's gritty.
Beautiful.
She's not somebody you're just going to go ahead and finish. WeWantPicks.com. It's only $10 a month. Let's talk about those super chats. We have $4.99 from Clyde. Clyde says, keep up the great content. Izzy ruined my parlays this weekend, but always got to remember the hedge. I did not this time. Salamander Squad, Jacob had a wild hedge.
Won $5,000, baby. $100 won $5,000. I put that parlay in Discord a couple. Obviously, it was not a premium thing, so we're not going to act like it was premium. But I did post it in Discord a few times, so hopefully somebody got a little piece of that.
Then we had a $20 super chat from Jonathan Valentine. He said, good job, fellas. I can't wait for the lock of the week.
I think I just made it Marnic Mann. I think, here we go. I just changed it, the whole thing. I'm not even going to release a video. There you go.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Until we get to Tracy's Instagram.
And I think we're going to get
then we're really going to get off. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's move on. This freaking dog, dude. Hey, please, chew something.
Why can't you just let him just hang out? What's he doing?
He's not house trained yet. He's like 8 weeks old.
What do you want me to do right now?
Lay in this bed that's sitting next to me and chew one of his toys.
Why can't you just wander around? That's what they do.
You don't hear him crying? You hear him crying?
Now.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's why. It's lay down. Dogs.